Good morning, Emmanuel. I had to borrow these glasses just to get a little bit of that Christmas cheer. It is a little bit quiet on the floor here with consumers, of course, coming for their last minute shop. But really, not just about Christmas, it seems. The consumers that I've seen really looking for those items that they've been looking for throughout the year. But I do have a couple here also doing their last minute shop. Keith and Tandy, a Christmas tree on Christmas Eve. Talk us through what else are you shopping for today?
Today we're looking to get our boys some presents. She lost the Christmas tree. We're looking for it the whole house, but it wasn't there. So like,
how do you lose a Christmas tree, Tandy?
What happened?
Well, it is, consumers really have been cash strapped over the year. But it's so important to really have that Christmas cheer. And you said you're looking for gifts for your boys, rewarding them for the hard year. How did you manage today just budget for that to make sure that you can still spoil your kids at the end of the year?
You have to spoil them. Otherwise, if you don't spoil them, they have to receive that because they believe in everything. Christmas is it's a family time. It's a time of giving, so you have to give them something. They have to be happy. We have to be happy as well. Yeah.
Well,
so it was well budgeted. Yeah.
Tandy, I had a budget for Christmas, but now I see the way the store is laid out. I'm actually looking at stationery and back to school stuff. Are you focusing on Christmas here, or are you looking at other deals for next year as well?
I'm checking double for Christmas and also for the stationery.
Well, thank you.
Christmas.
Thank you so much, and all the best, Tempo Foods, with the rest of your shop. Iman, as you just heard there, while shopping for Christmas, also looking for those specials for the new year, the importance of really budgeting to ensure that you can still give your family those little spoils at the end of the year being important. So right at the front of the store, of course, those Christmas things. But if you saw, as I was walking, stationery being right behind. But I think where a lot of people will start coming by today is at this section right here, which is all the flowers, the rice and so on, to make those Christmas meals. And I am with Ntombi Tomombelo, who is an independent economist. And Ntombi, you were kind of contemplating here for a little bit.
Yes, I was. I mean, I think as individuals, we're really looking to bulk buy because it's the most affordable way of actually meeting our needs. And so I thought to come here and see what I can be able to get for a much cheaper price.
And if you can just remind us, Ntombi, what are some of those economic headwinds that really saw us describing consumers as cash-strapped for most of the year?
Sure. I mean, top two highlights was inflation and interest rates. But so we've seen that this was the first time this year we had a more, stronger or higher decline in the interest rates, and that was really welcomed for households. And also you saw inflation as well going down, which was an indication that the prices of goods are starting to kind of be more steady. And I think you also see with the food inflation for the print of November, we saw it now at 2.3%, down from 3.6% in October. So that's also an indication of the buying patterns of consumers, but also the ability to be able to purchase these goods.
Now, some economists being a little bit more optimistic about what 2025 holds, so it's really just sticking through that resilience and perhaps not indulging over this festive season in preparation for next year. But what can we look forward to economically to not have that title cash-strapped?
I think economically it's also planning, right? We've seen a lot of also our consumers and households dipping into their retirement savings, which is an indication that they really don't have a lot of income or it's not sufficient to meet their needs. So that was what was prevailing this year. I think for next year, lots of planning. So as you mentioned, we've got, schools opening. People need to start already planning for that and not only overspending on the Christmas goodies that we'll see here, but also start planning for the kids going to school. Maybe start planning around how you're going to be paying for the school fees. If you've got really young ones, maybe start paying per term just so you can manage your cash flow. But I also think a lot of South Africans, because of the reprieve of the interest rates, the effect has an 18-month lag. And so you will start seeing more of it when it comes to their mortgage or their large, repayments of their really large items. You start seeing the full effect of that. So it is true, we can be optimistic about 2025. I think we have kind of gotten back into an ease of where we previously were. just after the COVID pandemic and also all the geopolitical issues that we've experienced this year. So for now, I think let's be merry, let's be hopeful, and let's enjoy the festive treats.
So we are here in the Isle, obviously that would make for a lot of South African homes put together that Christmas lunch, you know, the flowers for the baking and so on. What can then South Africans, aside from just, you know, shopping for Christmas, where else can they put their money, or what should they be buying to stimulate the economy even further?
Of course, the more larger item goods, right? So the goods that are able to also engage the labor and production part of the economy. So that's really important. And so your more durable goods that we would like to see a lot more of those, we'd like to see a lot more of home purchases, right? But I think for more like smaller items, even, you know, things like your appliances, those are things that would be able to assist the South African economy to get re-engaged. But also I think when you look at what they've been able to kind of, you know, stretch their income, the stokvels have been a saving grace as per usual, and I think there needs to be a stronger continuation on that, of having multiple streams of income and increasing the saving culture. And if it's stokvels and if it's done in that very intermediary and very communal way of savings, let's continue with that. Yeah.
Dombi, thank you as always for those insights, so we don't get too ahead of ourselves, Iman. So the importance of budgeting, considering stokvels to really get that alternative streams of income so that you're not overstretching yourself over this period. And of course, Iman, once Christmas lunch is done with, there is also still New Year treats, you know, family getting together to celebrate the New Year, and lunches happening there as people then prepare to go back to work. And I did really, you know, observe what Dombi was telling us about. A lot of the consumers in the appliances side really looking for that one item, and it seems to be an item that they were eyeing for the entire year. They saved up for it, and as we heard, even for them both as well, those Christmas gifts and Christmas tree that they are getting for the kids to treat them over this period, something that they did budget for and budgeted for as well, along with preparing for the new year, Iman. We are going to be heading out to Woodmead after we leave here, to a center that does offer discounts and wholesale prices and so on, and see how busy it is over there for consumers looking for for those last minute deals. But where we were with Dombi, the rice, the flours, the sugars, the cooking oils, still the staples that South Africans are looking to get good deals on this Christmas, Iman.
I'm sure you'll find it's, well, it'll be interesting to see whether it is busy. I mean, I've been there on certain month-end weekends, and it's always packed. The lines are out the door. So it will be interesting to see what you find, what your experience is on this Christmas Eve. I found it so amusing. The couple is buying a Christmas tree on Christmas Eve. Anyway, I think they've got till mid-January to keep it up, so it shouldn't be a wasted endeavor. Thank you so much for that, Ntokozo. We'll check back with you a little bit later.